through Tuesday morning for the coldest air of the season so far. Wind chills that will be down in the 20s and 30s all day on Monday, and our first freeze of the season. So I know today you almost needed like short sleeve shirts and shorts outside. It's going to feel a lot different as we fast forward into the end of the weekend. Let me show you the big picture pattern. I showed you this front earlier. See how warm we are on Friday? You see the orange and the yellows on the map? That's the warm air in place. Watch how that pattern changes. The cold air comes rushing in behind this front. That front arrives on Sunday, and then by Monday and Tuesday, the cold air is really settling in. So it's going to bring a shock to the system, considering how warm we've been at the finish of the week and where the temperatures are going to end up on Monday. Now, here's a breakdown, kind of the temperatures versus the wind chills that I'm expecting. And then I'm going to go through a forecast track so you can see some of these numbers play out, because these are the numbers for Atlanta. It's going to be colder in some of the suburbs. It's going to be a lot colder than that up across the North Georgia mountains. So here in Atlanta, Monday morning, 34. Wind chill in the mid-20s. Winds on Monday throughout the day could be gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour, and we'll likely have a sustained wind around 20 miles an hour on Monday. So it's a windy Monday for us. So that means that even as we climb the temperature up to the mid and upper 40s and low 40s, depending on where you are, the wind chill is going to stay a factor the entire day. So on your skin, that's what the wind chill actually is, what it feels like on your skin when you factor in the temperature and the wind speed. On Monday afternoon, it's still going to feel like 34. Tuesday morning, forecast low 29 in Atlanta. Outlying suburbs colder than that. The wind chills will be around 20 degrees, and then by the afternoon on Tuesday, we're seeing those temps rebounding into the 50s and the wind chills also climbing up as well. So forecast track, you can see here Sunday afternoon, 67 in Atlanta, but watch that change overnight drastically. Bam, Monday morning, wind chills mid-20s. North Georgia mountains Monday morning, wind chills in the teens. So a cold start on Monday morning. Monday afternoon, remember the temperatures get to the 40s, but it stays windy the whole day. So the wind chill Monday afternoon, 34 in Atlanta. 20s below freezing in the North Georgia mountains. Fast forward to Tuesday morning, which this graphic doesn't like our Tuesday morning time. There we go. Let's bring up, there we go. Here's our Tuesday morning time. 22 in Atlanta, teens in the mountains. So incredibly cold air coming in comparison to where we have been this season. And it's also going to stay breezy, so that will push the wind chills a little bit colder than that. Now, as we get into your Tuesday afternoon, the temperatures rebound, the wind chills start to come up. So by Tuesday afternoon, we're really seeing the end of that cold exiting North Georgia. Forecast track for feels like temperatures. We did that. Now, the S word's been floating around as well. Will there be snow? Will there not be snow? Here's the bottom line. When we get these kind of setups where we have this really cold Arctic air coming in, and we've got this northwesterly wind direction, which is also going northwesterly over the Great Lakes, and northerly, you can see some of those wind arrows, the tiny little wind arrows on the map. You see these little tiny lines coming in from the north? This is creating lake effect snow. I like to call these kind of lake effect snow streamers. And then we get that pattern going where those lake effect snow showers are going up towards the mountains. Then we get upslope snow showers as the air is pushed up and forced upwards over the higher elevations. It helps create lift. It helps create more snow showers. So Monday, as we take this European model down closer to Georgia, watch the model. I mean, we go into Monday during the day, there's going to be snow showers to our north, and some of those try to squeeze into the North Georgia mountains. So bottom line, what I expect is Monday it's going to be windy and cold. I do not expect flurries in the metro at this point. North Georgia mountains could see flurries on Monday. I think the highest elevations like Brasstown, Baldwin such could see snow showers, but the ground temperatures themselves Monday during the day still pretty warm because we're in the 70s now, 70s tomorrow, 70s on Saturday, 60s on Sunday. The ground's going to be really warm. Ground does not cool off as easily as the air does. The air, we can see these air masses come in and change temperatures really quick, but the ground itself takes longer to cool down. So even if there are already snow showers or flurries, I do not expect anything to stick and accumulate. So could there be flurries on Monday? It is a possibility. Will we see those flurries stick and accumulate? No. Are we going to see the flurries in Metro Atlanta? Probably not. I think it's going to be the higher elevations, northeast Georgia, and that's about it. Outside right now, before we get to the cold air, we have warm air, and we've also had clear skies the last couple of nights. I don't know if you've checked out the night sky the last couple of nights, but there's been a big bright moon in the sky. This is the full Beaver supermoon. This photo coming in from last night in Woodstock. Terry Baldwin O'Shea sent that in. I've also been watching earlier. We saw the full moon rising from this live camera in Dahlonega, but now it's pretty high up in the sky, so hard to see. But you know, we still have a little bit of warmth to go before we get to the cold air. You can see Friday, we are topping out again in the mid 70s during the day. We topped out 77 today. Tomorrow we're going to be about there again, right around the mid 70s. North Georgia mountains, upper 60s to low 70s. There will be some clouds around during the day tomorrow, more so than we saw today. You can see here forecast track bringing in a little bit of that low cloud cover overnight tonight, and overall partly cloudy to mostly sunny throughout the day on Friday. But then there are more changes coming, and that changes. We have a series of 2 different fronts arriving in North Georgia to get through the weekend. And each one of these will bring a renewed push of some shower and storm activity. Forecast track shows you a dry commute home on Friday. As we go into Friday night, some of those showers and storms enter North Georgia early Saturday morning. These are overall going to be weakening as they get here, but there is that possibility of some rumbles of thunder, some clashes outside of thunder and claps of lightning. We could also see a few pockets of heavy rain, but not everybody will see rain, any of these systems coming in over the weekend. I don't expect widespread rain at any given point. Saturday afternoon, forecast track showing you an isolated shower again, and then here comes front 2 on Sunday. That could have another good push of some scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. That looks to come through also in the morning. I don't think we see a lot of activity around Sunday afternoon. I think by that point the front is south of Atlanta over central Georgia, so anything that develops Sunday afternoon would probably be to our south and east. But there is that chance of rain over the weekend. And there's also that chance that there could be an isolated thunderstorm. The Storm Prediction Center has placed northwest Georgia in a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather for Friday overnight into Saturday morning. And then you see in that Kelly green color over all of North Georgia a level 1 threat for Saturday, really through Saturday night into Sunday morning. So what I want you to take away from this is, we get into the fall, you think things are turning colder and we can't even see thunderstorms, but that's actually false. We have a second severe weather season here in Georgia. It is in November, December into January. Then we have our spring severe weather season. So I don't think we're going to see widespread severe weather. I don't think the dynamics it's the right setup, but I'm not going to rule out an isolated storm that turns strong over your weekend. So kind of what to know about the weekend is we have those small windows for some shower and storm activity, but most of your weekend's going to be dry. A lot of what comes in is early in the morning Saturday and early in the morning Sunday. There's a little window Saturday afternoon for some additional showers, but I think still a lot of those plans are going to be okay. So mid 70s on Saturday, Sunday 67, and the winds are going to pick up as we head into that second half of the weekend, and that is as our front is coming in. You can see here forecast track. This is showing you what the wind gusts are going to be the next couple of days. You can see here we go through the overnight, little bit of a breeze. Friday we have more of a southwesterly wind pumping in more moisture, more warmer temperatures ahead of our fronts. We'll go through Friday night, Saturday morning. The winds pick up a little bit as our first wave of some showers come through. Let's fast forward to Saturday afternoon. Not too bad. Sunday, here comes our front. And as that comes in, the winds are really quickly going to start picking up. And into early next week, those wind gusts could be even higher than that. So I'll show you a different model. This is our American model. Just showing you some of those wind gusts on Monday during the day. Waking up, winds howling out of the northwest. Some of those gusts could be around 30 miles an hour. And then Monday afternoon, some of those wind gusts still around 30 miles an hour. So that's the graph. I'm going to show you the euro. And I like the euro in general better right now. I think that it's got a grasp on weather situations a little bit better than the American model. It's a little bit more advanced in terms of what they have in it. So we'll go out to Sunday. You see the winds picking up. There's Sunday afternoon at 12:30. The front is passing through. Those winds are really picking up. And then if we were to fast forward this out into let me take it out to Monday. It doesn't want to go to Monday. Let's go to Monday. Let's go to, all right. So here's Monday 1 in the morning, Monday during the day. See some of those wind gusts picking up, going above 30 miles an hour. Higher elevations, gusts of 40, very possible. Here in the metro, I think we're going to see some gusts of 35 miles an hour easily on Monday during the day. So that's just going to make it feel colder than it actually is outside. And because it comes in from that northwesterly direction, it's dropping our dew points down in a big way. So all that is to come. All of that is to come. Now, let's talk about your day tomorrow. We start in the morning, not that cold. If you've stepped outside this evening, you know, maybe a little light sweater a good idea, but that's about it. You don't need much of a jacket right now. As we get into tomorrow morning, you will need a jacket, but not the big winter coat. We're starting around 50, which is a lot warmer than where the highs are going to be on Monday. Yeah. Lunchtime, mid-60s, and then we'll top out mid-70s. Today, we were all the way up to 77 at 5 o'clock today. It was so warm outside. We have a few clouds tomorrow. I think that's going to limit us from getting any warmer than 76. Then we go into your weekend tracking those showers and storms. And early on Sunday morning, a few more of those showers and storms. Now, let's kind of recap what's going to happen to our temperatures. It's still warm the next couple of days. Then the bottom falls out. So Monday, 46 degrees. And this is, graphic is struggling. Tuesday's actually 52 for the high temperature. 52 for the high temperature. Low temperatures. Let's go through these lows. Lows the next 5 days. Let's see if they want to populate. They do want to populate. Okay. The bars are going to adjust in a minute. That's how my weather system works. All right, 50 tomorrow morning, 60 on Saturday, nearly 60 on Sunday, 34 on Monday, and then Tuesday, 29 degrees. Let's take your forecast lows out a little further. This is for Sunday morning. I'm going to take you into Monday morning. Let's go to Monday. Monday, 34 in Atlanta. We've got some 20s in the North Georgia mountains. These are lows. These are not wind chills. Remember, we showed you the wind chills earlier, or I showed you the wind chills earlier down in the teens. Mid-20s Monday morning, North Georgia mountains, and then 34, that low in Atlanta on Monday. Let me take this out to Tuesday, and then you're just going to get cold looking at it. Okay, Tuesday, we're waiting on this 34 to update to 29. It doesn't want to update. Here we go. There's our 29. 29, my forecast low in Atlanta. Hard freeze is 28. A hard freeze is 28. So essentially, everywhere is basically in hard freeze territory. The growing season is going to be over officially. The growing season will be over. So you can see these outlying suburbs, low 20s, 26 in Covington, 26 in Duluth. Woo, North Georgia mountains could be close to the teens. Could be close to the teens. I'm just saving this. And our average low this time of year is in the upper 40s, about 48 degrees. So it will be cold. All right, I want to talk about one thing before I wrap here, and that is the drought. We got a photo in today from Lake Horton down in Fayette County. This is Debbie who sent in this photo. And what you see is two things in here. Lake level's low, lower than when she was there last time about 2 weeks ago and took a picture. But also you see the trees along the outside, they're really dull and muted. We're not seeing vivid fall colors there. We do see vivid fall colors in other parts of Metro Atlanta, but this week, today, we got our new drought monitor in this morning. And on Thursdays when we get this in, it's based on data from Tuesday. So this is based on data from Tuesday, but all this week has been bright and sunny. Our last rain was on Sunday, so this does include rain from Sunday. And what you still see on this map is that we have a level D3 drought, a severe drought, extreme drought that's still ongoing in the south side of the metro. We also see a lot of that extreme drought over southern Georgia, but I'll zoom in to show you these counties that are included right now. So we did see it go away in Fulton County. That's good news. But we still have this level D3 extreme drought in southern Fayette County, western Spalding County, a tiny little sliver in southern Clayton County and southwestern Henry. eastern Coweta, northeastern Meriwether, northwestern Pike County in that level D3 extreme drought. So that's still ongoing. So when we look at these weekend chances for rainfall, you know, it's not a lot of rain that we're talking about, but every little bit helps. So I'll show you here the comparison of the American and the European models. Both of them are really not that dissimilar. It's generally 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of rain. With this type of setup for the weekend, with these kind of clusters of a few showers and storms at a time, but not one widespread swath of steady rain, we're just not going to see really high rain totals favored here. So we will be watching the rain. After we get past this weekend, it's probably next weekend, like Sunday or the following Monday, when we see our next opportunity for rain. 7-day forecast with change in seasons here, or you can just call it fall. Fall is its transition season, right? It feels very maybe September-like outside for tomorrow. 76 degrees, still very warm on Saturday, tracking some of those showers and storms. Again, a lot of these are going to be very early in the morning, a few redevelop in the afternoon, but I don't expect it to be a washout. I think a lot of your outdoor plants are going to be okay. For Sunday, it's some early morning showers and storms, and then that cold air comes really rushing and tumbling in here. So Monday when you wake up, the wind chills will be in the 20s as you walk out the door. Monday afternoon, when your kids are getting back off the bus, it's going to feel like the 30s outside. Tuesday, 29 in Atlanta, outlying suburbs, mid-20s. That Veterans Day morning, the wind chill will be around 20 degrees here in the metro. Tuesday afternoon, we are quickly getting out of this cold snap. So the winds will be much lighter on Tuesday, so we'll kind of lose that wind chill effect a bit, up to a high of 52. Still cold on Thursday or Wednesday morning. We're going to be down to a low of 37, but in the afternoon, 64 and then 67 on Thursday. So this is the kind of roller coaster you want to see, where you know the cold snap's coming, but it's not a forever cold snap. We're going right back up the roller coaster again by the end of next week. And I think we stay on the mild side into next weekend as well. So that's your latest weather update on this weather impact alert. Again, that alert is in effect Monday through Tuesday morning, as we expect cold temperatures and wind chills and our first freeze of the season here in Atlanta. If you want to learn more about what we're expecting for next week, you can stay on here on 11 Alive Plus. We're going to have graphics that are looping through showing you these exact same things that I was just talking about. And if you download our 11 Alive app on your phone, a great app, there's an article on that phone. And if you just go to the weather section, you find it, and you will see more about why we've issued the alert, how you need to prepare. It's mostly just dressing warmly and covering the plants. With this type of cold coming in, I do not expect a threat to pipes, okay? We're not cold for long enough to worry about pipes bursting here in Metro Atlanta. It's just going to be briefly cold, briefly very cold, but I don't think we'll be below freezing long enough here in Atlanta to worry about any of that. We generally have to be straight up below freezing for more than 48 hours to really see those problems starting to amount. So that's what we are tracking, a brief but potent cold snap here as we head into early next week.